I've been a massive fan of the slasher genre since I was a kid, and to say that Terrifier surprised me in so many ways is a very big understatement. Maybe the biggest understatement I've ever said. I figure with Terrifier 4 coming out next year, I felt like this was the perfect time to talk about the Terrifier trilogy. Terrifier is a spin-off of All Hallows Eve. I'll be honest, I didn't really like the first one the first time I watched it. Being light on story is one thing. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Friday the 13th movies. I will say, if all you care about is blood and gore, this is the movie for you. However, I just felt like it was, I don't know. I honestly, rewatching it, it's a lot better. It didn't feel slow and dragged on like the first time I watched it. I actually applaud the director, Damien Leone. That big twist that happens somewhere in the movie, taking a big risk, I like it. And of course, I applaud him for giving us a really good gore scenes, like really good kill scenes that get better with the sequels. If for nothing else, I feel like 1 is a really good way to show off like the massacre, the horror of Art the Clown, just racking up the body count. I think it's good setup for 2 and 3. In part 2, Art becomes a bit supernatural thanks to this demon who's just a massive fan and just wants to pal around with him as he commits more atrocities. Which means that Art was mortal in the first movie. Completely mortal. The thing I really appreciate about these movies is it is incredibly creative. Art is very sadistic and bloodlusted. The thing I love about him is that he really stands out against the other killer clowns. This is a killer clown with mystery, no sense of care, and I don't mean morals, like obviously he doesn't care if people die. I mean like he doesn't care if he pisses himself, which is just very interesting. Even back when I didn't like the movies, honestly 3 really got me hooked on the Terrifier Saga, but honestly even back then when I didn't really get it at the time, I was very okay to say that Art the Clown is a horror movie icon. I mean, he really does have a very distinct look. The hooked nose with the dot at the end, the black and white onesie, the little hat, it's great. The thing I really think elevates these movies, aside from the character of Art himself, and of course the gore, is Sienna. More than just a final girl, she is a survivor, a hero, one that I really rank up high next to Ash Williams and Tommy Jarvis. And yes, I like her more than Cindy Prescott and Laurie Strode. 2 and 3 really do an amazing job at making you question this overall mystery of her indirect connection to Art the Clown and the demon, and just overall her character arc of becoming an absolute badass. I love the fact that in 2, like, she's making a costume that's actually, like, in honor of her father. It's the character her father created, which is great. I just love little character details like that, little character stories. She loves her dad, she misses him, and just wanted to do something to mourn. And the music? Oh my god, I mean, the music, I mean, damn, I mean, sometimes it's creepy when it's supposed to be creepy, and times when it's like you're hanging out with Sienna, and she's, like, working on her costume. It's, like, so dreamlike. Like in the best way possible. It's so chill and mellow. Like honestly, it's one of those themes I like to listen to, whether it's driving my car or I'm working on a video and I need to listen to some music. I love to listen to her theme song. Oh my god, her theme is one of my favorite themes, honestly. Is it fair to call Sienna a mama bear? Because she will fucking maul your face off if you dare harm anyone that's close to her, like her brother and her cousin in part 3. I mean, this one really ups the ante. Let me tell you, there is nothing more horrifying and gross in the best way possible and traumatizing than the bedroom scene. That's all I have to say. But we gotta talk about part 3 because part 3 is the one that got me hooked. I love part 3. The only thing I have a problem with part 3 is the fact that people don't like it as much as part 2. I heard some people complain, at least in person, that, oh, it's not as gory as part 2. Even though he literally shoves a chainsaw up of someone's ass. I feel like some people just don't appreciate a good story. I mean, movies are stories at the end of the day. Damn. Like, I love a good lightsaber fight in Star Wars, but I'm gonna enjoy the story. I'm gonna enjoy Anakin's downfall and his transformation into Darth Vader. I always enjoyed it. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Taken years later, after the events of the second movie, Sienna just got out of the mental hospital. She's trying to heal. And I always love that. I always love finding out what happens to the survivor of the previous movie and how they're handling with the overall events involving their monster. Whether it's in Halloween with Laurie Strode or Tommy Jarvis, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Friday the 13th Part 5 was awesome. I don't care if it has fake Jason. In fact, I think it was really important to go into it knowing that's fake Jason. But anyway, but of course, Art the Clown returns. And it's Christmas time! So that means you get to see him dressed up as Santa Claus and just just murdering a bunch of people, including kids. This one, again, further than the second one, goes deeper into the story and lore and asking questions. Honestly, this reminds me of my childhood, as weird as it sounds in the context of Terrifier. But like, I remember being a kid or a teenager and like, you know, the Five Nights at Freddy's was happening and play the games. And then there's like all these cool like mystery about what's going on behind the scenes. And then like, you know, you watch YouTube videos on all that, except this time, I'm not going to watch any YouTube videos because I trust the director and I don't want anything spoiled for part 4. 3 was a lot of fun. I mean, when was the last time you had a slasher movie during Christmas? Not only was 3 a solid movie, honestly, I feel like a lot of the positives I have from 2 are in part 3. Sienna is still a very strong character for me. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see her like emotionally distraught. I mean, especially with the looming doom of Art the Clown, which I don't blame her for. And what's really heartbreaking is people questioning her mental health. Again, the movie does a really great job leaving breadcrumbs of the overall mystery without giving you all the answers. It is said that in part 4 they're going to give you all the answers, which I'm really looking forward to. I am so excited for 4. Like, you will not believe. I am really happy that this series has a place in horror movie history. Honestly, if you haven't seen the Terrifier movies, yes, give it a shot, especially if you love slashers like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, and be prepared again. Art goes way further than any slasher in the history of slashers, and that's amazing.